it is always a distinct pleasure to bring on our next guest, the great Brent Sopel. Saskatoon product, 659 games in the National Hockey League. Chicago, Vancouver, LA Islanders, Atlanta, Montreal, which we'll get to in a moment. I don't understand why he's not clean-shaven more, because he's got the face of a model, but he wants to look like a tough guy, because he is a tough guy. How you doing, Soaps? Where are you? It's been far too long.
I got a face for radio, so I am in Chicago. How are you?
Ooh. I'm great, man. I'm great in South Florida. We miss you down here, my friend. I'm hearing in Chicago that the Bedard mania is already taken over and that he's being recognized where he goes, stuff like that. Is that an accurate report?
Yeah, obviously, kid's got skill. You go first overall. Blackhawks, Chicago's a great city. They're hanging their hat on that number one overall pick. Obviously, what happened with the beach, where the team was, they got some draft picks. They're building around him. He's the future. They're, obviously the Bears, they suck. So baseball's not a sport. So everybody's just hanging their hat on Bedard.
Well, listen, I should have known the guy that told me that he wouldn't exaggerate. He's like, Connor's getting recognized in Chicago or everywhere he goes. I'm like, hey, no, not like Regina, where people were hiding in his bushes. That wouldn't surprise you either. But they're like, no, I've never been to Chicago, so I wouldn't know. So I guess my question is, how big can this get? How good can he be? And is he the best player on the team right now? Because statistically, he is.
Well, it doesn't take too much to be the best player on the team. What do they have? They don't have much.
How about that?
No disrespect to, obviously Nick Foligno. I love what he brings, the veteran presence. I thought that was a great pickup. Corey Perry, I thought that was a great pickup. Taylor Hall, I'm not a fan of him. He's been a very selfish player, so I don't know why. But so they've got some good veteran guys around there. Still can't understand why they got rid of Kane. He could have lived with Bedard could have lived with them, but I don't know much of the Blackhawks organization. They're kind of on their own world right now. But you've never been here. It's a big city, 3-4 million people, but they love their sports. And when the Bears suck as much as they do, the Cubs, the White Sox are all bad. They always focus on a sport. And Bedard's come in. Obviously, started off great. He's going to be a great player. There's no question about that. It's what can you put around him. In hockey, one player's not going to win you. So it's what they build around it. Can they develop the other players? And, can they have somebody to protect him? Because he leaves himself very exposed, in some of his movements. So we'll see what, Kyle Davis does so far. He's been decent, for me. We'll see what he puts together.
His best move might be winning the lottery, right? Which he had nothing to do with, but getting Connor Bedard. So I'm with you on that. And for those that don't know, Brent was there when the Blackhawks were not starting over, but building on the way to winning a Stanley Cup in 2010. So he's seen it before. But, you had some really strong words for the Vancouver Canucks. I think it was like the last time you were on here where they kept firing coaches and firing GMs. Do you think they're on the right? We have a lot of viewers in BC on Shaw and TELUS Optic Television, so they want a reason to believe in the Canucks. Can you give it to them today?
Yeah, obviously Rick Tocchet's bringing a mentality of hard work, and you can't win the NHL if you don't do that. So at least they have some structure. Obviously with Aquilini's, the rinse cycle has been on repeat with management all the way from coaches. So they got a good, Adam Foote, Gonchar. So they've got some guys that have done some great things in the league. But I just like the mentality. They're going to have a structure. They're going to know how they have to play every single night. And if you look at the best teams, they play that way. Obviously, before this, the last number of years, it was kind of smorgasbord. You didn't know what you're getting. The coaches didn't have a plan, and they weren't buying in. If you're a player and you're not buying into the coach's system, you don't have a chance winning in this league.
Yeah, and I just wonder. You seemed disturbed by how lost in the wilderness that franchise was. You have the Canucks, I sense, here. So do you think that they're coming out of the wilderness then? I mean, obviously you feel talking is a step in the right direction anyways.
Obviously they're the one that drafted me. They're the one that gave me the opportunity to play in the league and win a Stanley Cup. So obviously my heart is with them. They're the ones that took a leap in the 6th round and take the slowest and ugliest guy in the WHL. So my heart's with them. It's a great city. It's a great organization. We had some great runs, and that building was electric. When we're playing ball, they get behind you, just like any other Canadian city. And you never want to see any NHL franchise go that way. And it's a great city. It's somewhere on Saturday Hockey Night in Canada. Some of my best memories were we're playing in the gym, in the rink here. So I love it. They're on the right track, that's for sure.
Well, listen, if they didn't know what kind of type of player they were getting, they could have called me. I was calling your games with the Blades and the Broncos. I could have told them, hey, listen, would the power go out there? Are you good? Are you all right for 2 more minutes?
They're all in the way on the other room that I got to go and get, and I got to get up and go over there. That's good timing, see?
I'm trying to clap for you, Soaps. It's not working. What's up with you? You got all your various charitable endeavors and so forth. What can we promote today?
Yeah, again, Brent Sopel Foundation. It's actually October is Dyslexia Awareness Month, so your timing is impeccable. See, my timing is not very good, as you can tell by my motion sensors, but it's Dyslexia Awareness Month. So, Brent Sopel Foundation, as you know, we operate, there for anybody, any point in time, no matter what, it's substance abuse or mental health or learning disorders. Reach out. Always trying to help anybody, whoever that is, however that is. I don't care who you are. I'll do my best.
Your story is amazing, man. I'm so proud of what you've overcome and continue to overcome. It's wild. Give him a follow, Brent Sopel, on social media and the Brent Sopel Foundation, separate accounts, doing great things there. It's good to see you. Enjoy the hockey, my man, and stay close.
Keep the sunscreen on there in Florida.
I got you. Trust me, I will. Brent Sopel joining us, the Stanley Cup champion and all-around great guy.